Hi, my name is Mike Conley. I'm owner of Property Management Inc. East Bay, and in this short video we're answering the question how to get rid of a bad tenant. If you've been a landlord for any length of time, we've all had one of these, a bad tenant, where we've had to take action. So basically a bad tenant falls into one of two categories, either a problem with payment or a lease violation. So let's start with the problem with payment. Now our rents are due on the 1st, late after 5 o'clock on the 2nd. They just have 1 day grace period. You might have a longer grace period where rent is actually considered late after the 5th. Whatever the date is, the day that they're late, you need to reach out with a phone call or actually drive down to the property and say, I need my rent. And typically you'll get it. If you don't get the rent within a day or two, then you're going to file what's called a 3-day notice to pay rent or quit, to vacate. And you're going to want to only outline on the notice the past rent that is due. So you don't want to include on the notice late fees or utility fees, just the past rent that's due. Second of all, on the notice you want to make sure you're very clear on where, when, and to whom the rent can be paid. And then finally you want to mail it, email it, and post it on the tenant's door. Now if this doesn't get you your rent within a few days, 3 days, then you're going to file what's called an unlawful detainer with your local eviction attorney. We use a great attorney here in the East Bay, Rothbard and Associates. This is going to cost you about $800 to $1,000. And this unlawful detainer gets the attorney up before a judge within 21 days, and typically it's uncontested by the tenant, so you get what's called a default judgment by the judge. And then he passes it off to a sheriff that posts a notice on the tenant's door. They have just several days to vacate, or they and their belongings will be physically removed. This whole process should take no more than 30 days. Meanwhile, you have the tenant's 1-month deposit. So that's the first way to move a bad tenant out. Then the second category is a lease violation. So a lease violation can be anything from not caring for the yard, to sneaking in a roommate, sneaking in a pet, loud music, disturbing the neighbors. Now, any of these lease violations require what's called a 3-day notice to correct or quit, to vacate. And now this is a little bit trickier than non-payment. This is a little grayer of an area. And so you need to use good judgment here. If the tenant is close to the end of their lease, you got to ask yourself, is it really worth posting a 3-day notice to correct or quit? But if they've got a long way to go on their lease and they're really being a problem, then you want to either mail, email, and again post on their front door this 3-day notice to correct or quit with the lease violation. So those are the ways to get a bad tenant out of your property. If you have any questions, you can call me, Mike, at 510-996-3238. Thanks for watching. Good luck and good business.